Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I'm Matt. I've got a perspective on things.
Hey, my name's Ray, and I got perspective on things as well. Let me tell you about something. What's causing all this, brother? Just kidding. I don't know why I'm doing a wrestling promo and stuff like that.
Because wrestling promos are awesome.
They are the best. What's causing all this? All right, guys. Hey, welcome to Plausible Foolishness. We're two guys with perspectives on things. We're from real America. We're not from D.C. We're not from New York. We're not from all these clowny, liberal, loony, wacko places. We're from real America. And we look at the world through a very specific lens. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like our lens, don't watch us. Just kidding. Watch us. You might learn something. You might be enlightened. You might learn something new. Because it's very plausible, and we got a little foolishness tagged in there as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Hey, thank you for all the sponsor, or for all the help that you guys have given us to keep the show running. Thank you so much for sponsoring us on Patreon. Obviously, we are on 2 different TikTok pages right now, streaming live. So if you want the full show that has all the effects, you can see more of our faces, you can see the graphics, you can see all the madness, you can see the Alex Jones clips that we're going to inject into the show. Yes, we'd throw some of those in.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Well, we can't hear it. Neither can they if they're on TikTok. So make sure that you're on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. That's twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. And you can check out the madness that's going on. Here's the other thing, too. If you're on TikTok, if you're commenting right now, we cannot read your page because we're looking solely at the main screen because that's where our main camera is. So if you want to make sure you inject yourself into the conversation and put your comments on twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness, we'll answer the questions because, you know, we have a show that we run, but we love interacting with our show. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Totes.
100%.
Totes, bro.
So, come on over.
Heck yeah.
Let's converse.
Yeah, let's get it rocking, bro. Let's get it rocking and rolling.
Let's argue. Or agree with each other. Who cares?
Hey, I'm down. Let's break bread.
That's what we're about.
Break some digital bread. You know what I mean? So, anyways,
speaking of breaking.
Yeah, break it up, baby.
It looks like. Was it William or Harry?
One of the royals. I'm not sure. I think it's Harry.
And his lovely wife, Meghan Markle.
Lovely.
Have decided to break ties with the royal family.
What? No
and
way.
You know why?
Why?
Do you know why?
Should I care? I'm an American.
Well, okay. I mean,
should I care?
If you want to get,
should I care?
If you want to get like that,
listen. History started at 1776. Anything before that is irrelevant. But keep going.
Well, except for the stuff that led to 1776.
Don't even worry about that, bro.
Well, no, because that's.
No, don't even worry about it. I'm telling you, Jedi mind trick. Don't even worry about it.
No, but we need to know.
I know.
Like we should know that the Stamp Act was like a piddling tax.
Yes.
And yet we still went to war over it.
Of course.
Yeah, and that and many other grievances. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, but it was still like nothing compared to the way we're taxed now.
What? Oh, baby.
And we're supposed to be okay with this.
Yeah. Oh, brown bionic. That's a great question, and we're going to get there. Right. Oh, don't worry. We're going to get there.
And spoiler alert. We agree with you.
We agree. Okay. And we'll dissect it. Dissect it?
Yeah.
Did I just say dissect it or dissect it? Dissect it.
I can't. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I forgot to mention this.
Yeah.
So when my wife was coming home last week.
What? You're married?
Yes.
You're not an incel that's locked in your closet right now?
And we were podcasting.
Yeah.
What's up, Budley? Welcome. Welcome back, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
We won't attack you.
Yeah, we won't attack you.
We won't attack you, Brown.
We'll comment on your arguments and if you want to make them. And
listen, we'll have civil discord. It's just when things get a little too hairy-carry, then we get liberal logic on people, so it is what it is.
So she was driving in and she could hear us.
Great.
Yeah, except that I have neighbors like right there.
Yeah?
So we need to just a little bit.
I got you. Did you just Ross me?
Yeah, I did.
Did you just Ross me? Not gonna happen. Just kidding. I was playing. But yeah. Yeah, man. So the title on my TikTok is It all starts with a woman. Our title today is Women Rule the World. So we might as well get into it, man, because people are dying for it, man. Has feminism gone too far, man? That's a good way to start our show.
So Meghan Markle and her husband have left the royal family, and clearly, as we all know,
of course, because
we are woke.
Yes, and
it's racism.
No,
racism. No, it's 100% racism.
Not at all.
No, I mean, look at this.
Not at all.
Look at this article.
Okay, let's read. CNN? Oh, my goodness.
CNN said,
CNN said it, man. It's got to be true.
Lisa Vespers France argued that Britons have been sending a message to Meghan Markle since the day she announced her engagement to Harry. Oh. You aren't one of us, and you aren't welcome.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Meghan, a biracial, divorced American actress, was far from what many envisioned as a fairy tale match for a beloved member of the British royal family.
Probably less about that biracial, a little bit more about the divorce, but keep going. And an actress, but, whatever.
Yeah. While many in the UK welcomed her, the British tabloid media... Let me repeat that. The British tabloid media...
Oh, the real news?
Uh-huh.
Tabloids real news?
No.
Oh, fake news. Gotcha. Cool.
And a large swath of the Twitterverse...
Oh.
So let me repeat that. A large swath of the Twitterverse...
Oh, the real world that's Twitter, right?
No.
Gotcha, sorry.
We're not kind. It became so bad that Kensington Palace released a statement scolding the press about its treatment of her.
That's not the press, though. That's not the press. How is the Twitterverse and tabloid newspapers the press? Explain that one to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand. This is liberal logic. Liberal logic? Sorry, keep going.
Now that Meghan Markle has announced her exit, Vespers France claimed that Britons have changed their questions about her from "Why are you here?" to "Where do you think you're going?"
Oh my gosh.
Kahinda Andrews,
sure,
an associate professor of sociology at Birmingham City University, said that Markle's exit was partially inevitable.
Sure.
It was never going to end well, said Andrews. The British royal family is one of the premier symbols of whiteness in the world.
Whiteness?
She was never going to be fully accepted.
Time out. Is whiteness on their family crest? We are white. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's like
give me a break.
It's like a dude like whipping a...
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Listen, if you're watching us right now live, go to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. It'll be a lot easier for us to see your comments right now. We'll be able to interact with them a lot faster, which we're about to drop here in a second. So head to twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness, twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Keep going, brother, man. So a professor from Atlanta is weighing in on this.
And she says that this Megxit, as it's called, reinforces the stereotype of black women being destructive, divisive, and unsatisfied.
Oh my gosh.
People are cool with black women as long as we go along to get along.
No.
As soon as we start standing up for ourselves and saying, this is not working for me, we become the problem.
Oh my gosh. I don't think my eyes can roll that much farther back. You know what I mean? Like, there's a limit physically how far my eyes can roll back, and I'm pushing that right now after that comment. I'm so sorry, but keep going.
Yeah. The sight of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle splitting off especially triggers people, according to Eubank. That's the Atlanta professor.
Okay.
Because it places a white prince of royal blood and a black American woman commoner on equal footing.
Oh my lord.
That sight doesn't sit well with everyone due to how they've been conditioned to view women and people of color. Oh my god. Or is that colored people? I can't remember.
Colored people,
no,
black.
It's
people of color.
Yeah, people of color. My bad. Sorry, I always get confused.
I thought colored was bad.
Yeah, that is the bad one.
So, but people of color is
it's
not bad.
Totally different, yeah. Totally
different, even though it's the same verbiage?
Well, it's not. There's an extra "of" in there.
Oh, "of" makes it not racist.
Yes, exactly.
So, colored people, racist.
Totally.
People of color, totally fine.
Yes. And it's totally fine that we're taking everybody who's not white... of all races and creeds and stripes and whatever, and bunching them into one label.
Oh, one monolith. Gotcha.
Yeah, people of color.
Gotcha. So people are just defined by their skin color now.
Well, duh.
Isn't that the opposite? Wasn't it Martin Luther King Day? Is that coming up, or did that already happened?
No, that's Monday.
Monday, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that said judge everybody by the content of your color of your skin?
Content of your character.
Oh, gotcha.
Content of your character.
Gotcha. Liberals,
not the color of your skin.
Sorry, liberals take things too far, just like feminism, but we'll get back to that in a second. Keep going.
And then it talks about what Piers Morgan. What happened to Piers Morgan? It's like he got kicked out of America and sent back to...
Ben Shapiro spanked his bottom pretty bad, then he sent him back to Britain. So.
Yeah, and then he goes back to Britain, and then he's like... making sense.
Well, once you realize you have the pathogen of liberal logic, you change. Once you realize that you have it, then you can treat it. It's not one of those things, man. But anyways, so here's what I'm going to address here with the whole Meghan Markle thing. Because one, I'll be honest with you, I'm an American, and history didn't start until 1776. Here's the reality of the situation. Okay. You are known by your character. Okay, your character is going to tell us who you are. Okay? Let's strike number one. They're a Hollywood actor. Now, this is not saying that all Hollywood actors are bad, but let's get real with ourselves. Mm-hmm. I don't ever take morality lessons from hypocrites and people who professionally act like other people for a living.
Yeah, they're professional liars.
Professional liars. So, it was doomed. How many Hollywood marriages work? Think about it. What's the percentage? What is the percentage of Hollywood marriages working? Okay, so that's red flag. Numero uno. Numero twice. Here we go. What is the... numero twice?
That's good.
Numero twice. Here we go. If you've already been divorced... what's your percentage of getting divorced again? It exponentially jumps. The divorce rate in America right now is 50%. When you get divorced, your second marriage has a 75% chance of failing. Not because people are evil or bad because they get divorced. We're not judging you. But guess what? What's wrong with numero twice? I'm using it. Yep. Numero twice! Here's the deal. Here's the problem. The same tactics you've brought into the second marriage haven't magically changed.
Yeah. You didn't learn anything. You didn't make yourself better. You quit on the first marriage.
Because quitting always works, right?
Yeah, quitting is easier. And so everybody thinks that, like, it just must be that I didn't find the right one.
Maybe I'll get it right in numero twice.
Maybe I'll find someone who doesn't have a will of their own, and then they can be my eternal slave.
Yeah.
And I'll always get what I want, and they'll be totally okay with that.
100%.
And that'll be true love.
Liberal logic. No, and here's the deal. Again, we are not perfect people.
No.
I'm sinful and rotten. I am the chief among sinners. I am the worst of the worst. I am the scum of the universe, okay? But just some basic wisdom. If you didn't make the first marriage work, what makes you think your success rate is going to be better in the second one? But Ray, I know somebody got married the second time and worked out way better, blah, blah, blah. Statistics don't support that statement, that fact.
Well, they don't. The anecdote that you have is not consistent with the statistics.
Sure.
They're an outlier.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So you've got a Hollywood actor, numero uno, divorcee, numero twice, and the pressure, and the cultural, like, here's the problem. If you don't have any cultural continuity before you get married, it's probably not going to go really well. For example, Meghan Markle is a vegan. Guess what Harry couldn't do once he got married to Meghan Markle? Couldn't go on a fox hunt, okay? Probably going to be a problem since that's a tradition for the royals for a long time. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that Meghan Markle believes because she's a Hollywood actress and she's indoctrinated by the West Coast and LA and, Satan's a-hole there in Los Angeles that isn't congruent with the culture of the royals. And it has nothing to do with whiteness or melanin count. It's a cultural thing. I thank God I dated a girl from California before my wife, okay? She was a drippy hippie, okay? She was a fake Christian. She believed in Jesus, but she also believed in tarot cards. Probably not going to work out. Probably not going to vibe. I thank God I didn't marry that girl. Okay? I dated another girl. Okay? Completely different ambitions for life. She wanted to settle down in Indiana. And no offense, this dude was not staying in the Midwest. Okay? Not gonna happen. I experienced it for 21 years. Culturally, we didn't come from the same culture. Mm-mm. She came from a higher class, quote unquote, higher class family. Okay? I came from dirt poor, 685 North County Road 25A. Different culture. Look it up. I made a video about that.
Did you?
Oh, I did on TikTok. It was so funny because people were like, "You're privileged." I'm like, really? Google search where I grew up.
Yeah.
But anyways, so weird. I grew up from a Midwest blue collar background. Guess where my wife came from? Midwest blue collar background, and she's a completely different color than me. She's incredibly white. I'm a little browner. And guess what? Culturally, we made sense. We both went to Christian schools. We both put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. We both came from blue-collar backgrounds. We both believe that if you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you're going to be successful. We're both incredibly hardworking. We're not privileged or pious in any way. Shocker! We've been married for 13 years. It's so weird.
It's insane.
Such a weird thing. When you start with a set of values, you're probably going to do fine. But that would require a similar culture. And that has nothing to do with skin color, kiddos. Because guess what? White people and black people have very similar, unique economic backgrounds, and they work really, really well. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible for that not to happen. But guess what? It makes a heck of a lot easier if, number one, you have the same faiths. Let's get real. Do they have faith in anything? Who knows?
Yeah.
Do they have a similar background? Nope. Not whatsoever. Do they have the same belief system? Nope. So that's strike number 3. So we got strike 1, Hollywood crazy. Strike 2, divorcee. Strike 3, no cultural connection together. Gee, I wonder why this isn't working out so well. And spoiler alert, let me tell you how this is going to end. They will divorce in the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Harry's going to have to fight like heck to get to see his kid. Because this is how it always goes. It's how it always goes.
Yep.
And Meghan, no offense, if you look back at her record of the guy she dated, she just monkey branches. She dates this one guy, and then another prettier guy with more success comes around, and she monkey branches to that guy. This will continue to happen because this is what LA girls do. And shocker, you're wondering why it's not working out. So freaking weird. But anyways, I digress. Sorry, I just went on a rant. But I don't care, because they're not American. Listen, the moment she decided to be a royal, she's not an American anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Right?
I'm kidding.
I like, I still remember the meme that had, Emperor Palpatine sitting behind them at their wedding, and he's like, "Well done, princess.
Yeah.
Now execute order 1776."
100% 1776. I like it, man. I like it, man. Well, yeah, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else?
So, P-Dubs, here's the deal. I'll answer your question. P-Dubs, San Jose is very similar to Cleveland, except for the fact that Cleveland's cold and miserable, okay? San Jose is not really the Bay. Let's get real with ourselves. Is San Jose similar to Berkeley or freaking San Francisco? It's a totally different deal. You've got a totally different environment there. Now, it's rapidly changing. Let's get real. Because California politics have pushed out the middle class, so that's where the middle class was in Northern California. But you probably get along with her pretty well because she's a Cleveland. She's a hard-working chick. You're probably a hard-working chick, too. So it is what it is, man.
I don't think he's a hard-working chick.
Oh, well, he's not a hard-working chick. He's a hard-working, but it is what it is. So it is what it is.
Yeah,
but
we're all broke.
We all broke, bro. But here's the funny thing. We own nothing when we think about it. Mm-hmm. We own nothing. Like, if you really think about it, especially those who follow Christ, we don't own anything. We own nothing. Anything above nothing is a blessing. So when we realize that, life's a little bit different. It's a little bit better situation, but I digress. Sorry. Back to what we're talking about. So she's got 3 strikes going into it that have nothing to do with race and has a more powerful implication. She's a Hollywood actress. She's a divorcee. And guess what? Her culture is completely different than my man's. He's not my man. I really don't care about Harry, but it is what it is. But you see what I mean? That has nothing to do with race. That's called you're a crazy chick. Like, no offense. Sorry. There's the clickbait, man. There's the clickbait. But it is what it is. I'm just being honest with you. What's up?
Budley Allen. I'm changing my name to Edgar Allan because I'm so Poe. That's
all
good.
my life been Poe, baby. It's all good, but it really don't matter no more.
Oh, man. All right.
What do you think about Meghan Markle? Is it racism? Is it racism that's breaking this whole situation up, man?
Do I think it's
racist? Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah.
Everything that they say is racist. It's obviously a culture shock. She doesn't fit in.
No.
She's Asian. I think the biggest thing is that she's American.
Well, that's
and they're British.
Number 4. That's the cultural part.
Yeah, it's the cultural part, but it's like it's her background as a person.
Sure.
You know, and you mentioned this in your TikTok video. You know, she's left everybody.
Yep.
You know, she leaves her family, her dad, her friends. She leaves them all behind for the next big thing.
She cheated on like all of her guys to monkey branch to the next guy. It's like documented. If you actually look up her background, what did you think she was going to come in and be freaking Princess Di? Let's get real with ourselves. No way. But anyways, back to
yeah, but it's the big deal is she's an American.
America.
You know, I mean, we treat Hollywood celebrities like royalty. But it's not the same as British royalty, okay? There's a lot of rules. And Americans don't do well with rules, even if they are leftist idiots who want to impose rules on everybody. Mm-hmm. They still buck up against the rules. It's it's like you say,
yeah.
Rules for thee and not for me.
Rules for thee and not for me.
You know, they're happy to put rules on everybody else
sure.
but themselves.
Yeah.
And, we on the right are happy to eliminate rules for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we like that.
But it's 100%. I mean, not 100%. It's 70% that she's an American, and she's like, I can't wear white after Labor Day.
Yeah, piss off.
I gotta, I can't do this such and such thing. I can't even tell you what it is because I don't follow this crap. I just thought it was interesting that they're or it's typical even
racism
that
and whiteness.
Racism and whiteness.
No.
And again, if you're new to our show, we firmly believe that whiteness is actually a dog whistle, and the left loves their dog whistles. I mean, apparently conservatives are the only ones with dog whistles, but in reality, they're the ones with dog whistles. Whiteness is a dog whistle for Western culture.
Ding, ding, ding! Winner, winner, winner.
They hate Western culture.
100%.
And racism is just a smoke screen that they can hide behind while they destroy one of the many smoke screens, while they destroy the pillars, the foundations of Western culture.
Yep.
And so that they can shuffle in their socialism and their communism and dare I say it, their fascism.
What?
Yeah.
But they're Antifa.
Yeah.
Antifa.
Yeah.
As we act like Antifa.
Yeah. They're anti-fascists who act exactly like fascists.
Antifa.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to my boy's first question because we got a couple other our topics to cover. But do we think that feminism has gone too far? In the nicest, simplest term, yes. I think everything that... Here's the thing. I believe... This is my deal. I only speak for myself, okay? Everything is like a bell-shaped curve, okay? Clearly in the 60s, America is a racist place. It is. There's a lot of racism going on and so on and so forth. No one's denying that, okay? But there's a 20-year shift in bell-shaped curve. What's up?
He said, Budley. Anti-logic.
Antila! Antifula! Anyway, so...
Logic.
So, but anyways, clearly it's a racist place. Okay, we get it. Okay, cool. So we correct and balance and do the right things and move things legislatively to make it impossible for the government to discriminate against people. We educate our kids. We expose people to more and more, mixing up different cultures and so on and so forth in America. And we get to the 80s, and by the 80s, let's get real with ourselves. Pretty not the most racist place ever. If you go to most major cities, it's fine. Midwest was still a little crazy. It is what it is. It's a little bit slower than the rest of the country. And before you guys were like, the Central Park 5. Okay, time out. That's one incident. That's one. But anyways, keep moving on. By the 90s, 2000s, we're 40 years removed from that. But the problem is the machine, the liberal logic machine, has to keep pushing the agenda or they become irrelevant. Because by the 2000s, let's get real. Who's racist? Who's really racist? Westboro Baptist Church? All 12 of the cousins that are all related to each other? The 3 KKK members that are out there? Mm-hmm. I mean, let's get real with ourselves.
And not to mention,
but like we have 2 generations that have grown up not hating black people, not hating people that are brown, not hating people that are Asian. So do you need to continue this and push and push and push? No, but guess what? We push harder and farther to the point where we create things like microaggressions, whatever the blank that is. We create things like cultural appropriation and whiteness, and we push so far that now they're becoming the very thing they fought against.
Yep.
They're becoming the very thing they fought against.
And the same thing is happening in the feminist movement, which was his question. He's absolutely right. He says here, it's not so much as making women equal as it is on top. It's mostly man-hating these days. You're absolutely right.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, I mean, I was watching a video of a woman saying that and very seriously saying that we needed to just kill men. We just needed to kill all men.
Liberal logic.
I mean,
what do you do
with that?
Well, they can already do that with abortion, but that's another story.
Yeah, but they kill half of those are women too.
It's true.
Or would be women.
Yeah, and it needed a man to create that situation anyways, but whatever, it is what it is.
That's it. You're 100% right, Budley. The elite keep people divided so they can fight.
Yes.
So they can't fight. So we can't fight them.
Exactly. That's why they're pissed about Trump. That's why they're pissed about Brexit. That's why they're pissed about what's going on in France and Italy. They hate the nationalist movement because guess what? Eventually,
that's why they don't see. They're like blind to what's happening in Iran.
Yeah.
Like we kill Soleimani, and then they stage Iran stages a mourning just throng of people.
Yeah.
And then but what we don't see is how they painted the Israeli and American flag and people at this university, and everybody is walking around it because they refuse to step on it.
Yeah. Because
they like us.
Yeah.
Because they want our freedom
in
their country. The freedom that they had in the 60s, Yeah. This idea is... The idea of a free people is like holy water to a vampire.
100%.
It burns them
and the thing
completely.
Is, once you live in freedom for so long, when you see the anti-freedom happening, you systematically reject it. Because a very simple question. What can't women do in America? What can't they do? What can't a woman do?
They can't break the glass ceiling, Ray.
How? There are women CEOs. There are women entrepreneurs. Listen, women can do whatever they want to. In fact, the law protects them more than men. Divorce proceedings. Who wins? Women. Who gets custody? Women. Think about this. From an occupational standpoint, what is it? 98% of occupational deaths are men.
Because they're doing the dangerous job.
70% of homeless people are men. I'm not going on the red pill train, but let's get smart here. Let's think about this. What can't a woman do in America other than pee standing up? I mean, let's get real with ourselves. What can't a woman do? And we say this.
I know when the one.
What is it?
They can't beat a transgender in sports.
That's true. That's true. They cannot do that. I mean, so this is what's laughable to me. So we've lived in 2 generations. So from the 60s to 80s, 80s to the 2000s. Now the 2000s, 2000s. Then we've gone through 3 generations where we've lifted women to a higher level, and we elevate our women to protect our women in Western culture, not nowhere else. Here in Western society, we protect our women and allow them to do whatever they want to do. So when you start saying, oh, well, women's rights and women... I mean, what rights do women not have in America? And then it becomes, I hate men, let's attack men, let's dominate men, and, neuter our boys and try to teach them how to be little girls. And then it just goes to the other way, just like the racism talk in America. They would have you believe that there's race wars happening right now in America right now. But the problem is this. The reality of the situation is you've gone too far. You got to back up off this. You've had 3 generations of people who love women, protect women, elevate women. Keep going. Sorry, man. I knew you wanted to say something.
Well, brown boy. You keep saying that you're more liberal. And yet you keep expressing conservative values. I would argue that you're actually classically liberal, like a classical liberal, like our founding fathers.
I'm a classic liberal.
Yeah.
I'm a classic liberal.
You want freedom.
For everybody.
For people. To live how they want to live.
Sure.
And do what they want to do. And a smaller government so that that doesn't get in our way.
Yeah. 100%.
I agree with you, brother.
But the label of liberal got hijacked like Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
It just got hijacked, unfortunately. And the reality of the situation is this. And, everybody wants to demonize the Constitution.
Oh, yeah, man. He says, I look up to JFK. JFK was, in this climate, like, hardcore right.
JFK would have been Trump, kiddos.
Yeah.
And they killed him for it. Think about it! No mafia involvement anyways, but you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, you think about it this way. JFK I'm just thinking about that. But yeah, I mean, here's my deal. I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's so many things that are just going absurdly too far. Where's the race war that needs to happen in America? The battle's over, man. Yeah. Literally in 60 years...
It wants a race war.
Listen, 60 years from now, everybody's going to look like me. I hate to break it to you. You're all going to be light-skinned. All of you. It's going to happen. Then everybody will be a people of color. Then who are you going to bitch about? Oh, they'll go after the Jews. They'll still go after the Jews. Mm-hmm. But it's true. Look at New York right now. Like, there is a culture in Brooklyn, New York, that if you wear any type of Orthodox Jewish cap, people are getting assaulted, attacked. There's a machete attack. There's the Jersey City attack. I mean, that's the problem. You're always going to find somebody to hate, which is sad, because that's the nature of sin, period. That's why we need Christ more now than ever. But let's get real. Is the number one battle we need feminism right now? Is the number one battle we need right now fighting racists? Is that our number one battle? I would argue no. I'd say our number one battle. It's not weather climate changers. Sorry. It ain't weather.
No.
Sorry.
Our battle is with those who mean to rule us.
Mm-hmm. And that is why populist movements, nationalist movements are winning, because you can only lie for so long. And the internet exposes this crap. It exposes dude, Ricky Gervais was so popular because he exposed Hollywood, okay? Trump is so popular because he exposed the media, okay? Like, scholastic, like, universities are losing their grip on things because people like Mike Rowe and trade schools, and the reality of the enormous debt that goes on kids is exposing things. There's only so long you can lie. You can only lie for so long. You're eventually going to be exposed. People like us on Plausible Foolishness, we will expose you. That's what we do. Because we hate liberal logic. Sorry, back to you.
Speaking of being exposed.
Yeah, brother.
Turns out, looks like the FBI and ICE are starting to look into some criminal allegations against our beloved Ilhan Omar.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sick of this chick.
I'm so
sick of this chick.
What are you talking about?
She's one of the prominent members of the squad.
Yeah, she's brave and beautiful.
Gee, I wonder why they didn't tell Ilhan Omar about the Soleimani attack before it happened. I wonder why that didn't happen. Maybe because she probably would. Anyways, well, she's a traitor. She doesn't like America. It is hilarious to me that no one sees this. How is it possible that you represent the people of Minnesota, in the great state of Minnesota? Sorry, I had to do my Jesse Ventura. But, Minnesota. the government's going to kill us all, which that's true. Jesse's pretty right on that.
One of the few things he says that's right.
You know what? One of my favorite movie lines is from him. He has two of my favorite movie lines.
From Predator?
From Predator.
Yep.
One I don't think I can say on this. You take enough of this crap, you'll make you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
Yep, a GD sexual
tyrannosaurus. And the other one's where he gets shot and he's like, "You're bleeding, man!" And he's like, "I ain't got time to bleed." That's like my favorite.
It is.
That's a good Jesse too.
Yeah, it's a great. His character is great in that movie.
But anyways, but she's representing the great state of Minnesota, and she hates America. Ray, you can't say that. That's racist. No, just look at her character. Look at the things she says. Look at the things she says them. She doesn't like America. She's laughing. What was it? The other day she was laughing when they were talking about the deaths of American soldiers.
Yep.
Just giggling, having a good time.
Yep.
Incredibly somber conversation, but she's chuckling it up because, yes, my jihad brothers were doing that to them. That's what was going on. Was that too far? Did I accuse her of whatever?
Maybe the voice.
Okay, gotcha. Alala kaboom! Keep going, sorry.
So, I mean, I don't know what they're possibly investigating, because we've all known all this time that these so-called allegations from the right are clearly trumped up nonsense, fake news.
Fake news, bro. Fake news.
But, they're investigating her, for allegedly
a laundry list
8
of
instances of perjury, just immigration fraud, marriage fraud, up to 8 years of state and federal tax fraud, 2 years of federal student loan fraud, and bigamy. So, I mean, just that. I mean, it's not even really all that much, right?
Listen, all I heard from that was Orange Man bad. so she's basically a career liar. Man, no wonder she's so good at politics. Career liar. So she's fraudulent in her taxes, fraudulent on her immigration status. She's, been married to multiple men at the same time. One of her was her brother. Look it up. Sorry. Look this stuff up. She left her current husband for a married man. That was a fun one too. Did you see that one? That was good stuff.
Yeah.
She's a bang up.
Who was a staffer, right?
Staffer,
one of her staff.
Well, that's what the Democrats do. They sleep with their staffers. Katie, what's it? Katie Hill? Was that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did the thruple?
Thruple?
Yeah. So yeah,
a 3-person couple.
A 3-person couple, man.
Wow.
It's not gay in a 3-way. But have you seen that? Heard that song? Sorry, let's do it. I had to do it. I'm the foolishness of the show, okay? He's the plausible. But, yeah, I mean, here's the thing that blows me away with this whole situation is they sit there and tell you Orange Man bad all day and that he's evil, corrupt, and blah, 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 blah. And I think Tucker Carlson said it best. Anything that the Democrats accuse Republicans of, it's just projection. They're literally projecting what they're already doing themselves. And you have somebody like Ilhan Omar, who fundamentally, her culture in, Somalia? Is it Somalia she's from? Doesn't like America already. Coming to America, the land of opportunity, works her way, lies her way, and frauds her way into a political place.
But mind you, Americans hate immigrants and and women.
Americans hate people of color, immigrants, and women. But magically, she got to a place of power in the House of Representatives. But now she is getting investigated for things that she actually did, the content of her character, which is piss poor. So, it is just interesting to me that it's just interesting to me that if there was real journalism going on, we would call her out on this stuff.
Now, granted, I want to make an aside. Of course, just because she's being investigated does not mean that she did it.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of evidence that she did.
Yeah.
A ton.
Yeah.
That was reported on.
Yeah.
By conservative media.
Yeah.
For many, many months now.
Sure.
So, thank God they're actually doing their job. Now, if you haven't noticed, we titled this episode "Women Rule the World."
They do,
because
they actually do.
The beloved Messiah, Barack Obama, made a quote: "If women ruled the world, we'd be in a much better situation right now."
Really? That's interesting.
And I don't think that's actually true. We're seeing women in
power.
places of power, and they're just like men.
That's weird.
Corrupt.
Evil. Sinful.
Yes.
Crazy. But, it's all good. If women were there, it would completely, Utopia would be just on the other side. You know what I mean? If we had our Heavenly Mother take care of us every single day, man. But anyways, I mean, here's the funny thing to me in this whole situation. And again, I want to caveat this for everybody that's like, they're women haters. Because if you say anything negative or criticize anything, especially like, for example, race, if you criticize anybody of a person of, is it colored people? Colored people.
No, there's you gotta have that third word. People of
colored people, bad. People of color, good. Gotcha. Yes. I just remembered it.
The people who are of color aren't bad, no matter what.
No matter what they do.
Saying,
even if they commit fraud, perjury, is bad. You
gotta say people of color.
And gotcha. So no matter what, people of color are always good. But if you comment on any person of color, you're a racist. If you comment on the stupidity of Nancy Pelosi, you're a misogynist person, you're whatever. And that's what's laughable to me, you know what I mean? So that's the interesting thing. Men can get criticized, and no problem. We can be criticized, especially as a black conservative, because we don't exist. Blexit, baby. We're the most hated people right now anyways, but you talk about any of that, well, guess what? That's okay, but we can't, whatever. It's just a little bit of a double standard. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit of double standard. But,
the only standard that the left has.
But the glass ceiling is, exists. But that's what's laughable.
We haven't had a woman president yet.
No. What are they going to do when that happens?
You could have had a woman vice president.
Could have.
But you decided to lambaste her left and right because there was an R next to her name.
Yeah, but the problem... Well, I still... John McCain sucked.
Yeah, I know.
John McCain sucked.
I know.
I can't defend John McCain.
I know.
Okay?
I know. But I'm saying, I'm not talking about John McCain.
I got you.
I'm saying he had a woman running mate.
True.
She could have been the first female vice president.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter that she was a woman because she had an R next to her.
Yeah. Hey, we care about women's issues unless they don't think like us.
Exactly.
Rules for thee.
We care about race issues unless they don't think like us.
Yeah.
That's why Asians and black conservatives get roasted.
Yeah.
Asians behind the scenes, they just do it at the university level. Like, you have to be a super genius to get into school now. Because a genius isn't good enough.
Yeah, you're just not good enough there, little Asian guy. But anyways, it makes sense. But I think that coming back to what I was trying to say, I think at the end of the day, it is, I think everything's going too far. And I think there's a natural adjustment. And the same thing could happen for even conservatism. I think that, for the longest time, rightfully conservatives were painted with a very bad brush in the sense that they're trying to will people into faith, and that's not how faith happens, right? So then it became Bible thumping, and we're going to legislate, your decisions based on the Word of God. Now, here's the thing: my politics should be a reflection of my belief in the Word of God, but I don't infringe or force that. I don't force you to be holy. That's not my job. My job is to witness to you about the saving grace of Jesus Christ. I can't force that on you, because that's not what Christ never forced anything on anybody. Okay, he was a witness to who he was. So I see that happening in the 40s and 50s in the Conservative Party, and I saw a little bit of it. Even shocker. The good old Tipper Gore back in the day with the explicit lyrics and video games and stuff, and that was coming from the left. Mm-hmm. But we never want to be that person, but it's ironic that the left has become that now. Left has become the Bible thumpers, even though they don't believe in the Bible. They're the ones that are trying to push morality, quote-unquote morality, and force veganism on you, and force things on you, and force you to pay taxes for the weather monster, and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, I bash liberals with my liberal logic all the time, but classic liberalism, which is what the founding fathers were, was not infringing on anyone's freedom to do what they needed to do. And that's what we're pushing for. So, trust me, I love the Trump train right now. I love the populism. I love the nationalist movement to overthrow these globalist sons of bees. But at the end of the day, we also have to be mindful that once we destroy them again in 2020, that we're attacking ideas, we're not attacking people. That we're not attacking people's freedoms, but we're enhancing people's freedoms. And I think the beautiful thing about the Trump movement has been that. The MAGA movement has been that. Sorry.
It's like the role of government and a limited government is to protect, right?
Yep.
So that's why murder is illegal.
Sure.
You know,
except
that's
for abortion.
Because you're protecting one person from another.
Except for
the
abortion.
Government has well, yeah, true.
Oops.
But the government has no.
Truth bomb.
The government has no place protecting a person from himself. You know, that's just a smokescreen to exercise control and enlarge government.
Sorry, TikTok. Rainbug said that he changed the rain today for $5.
He changed. Oh man,
Thanks,
man.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
You're the man.
That's good. Sorry. Yeah, if you're on TikTok right now, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. You'll get the main show before we cut off and get into the foolishness part of the show. But keep going, man. I'm sorry about that, brother. I interrupted you.
No, I'm just reading.
What you got, bro?
Brown Boy's estimation of Pete Buttigieg, and wow, I couldn't disagree more. But you know what? That's okay.
That's okay. You're allowed to have
You're allowed
ideas.
to.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, man. We appreciate you, bro. Because it goes both ways. Because at the end of the day, listen, there are people that will hate my ideas of conservatism.
Sure.
They will hate the idea that I swear to protect, the idea of we the people versus the massive conglomerate government. I will always fight for the idea that we the people run this country, not some unelected bureaucrats that, are trying to rule the country right now.
No overlords.
Cool. You know what? Listen, even though I completely disagree with your faith and I know it's completely fraudulent, I am never going to stop you from believing that. You know what I mean? My faith in Christ is not going to stop you from having the bad ideas that you do. I'm not going to ask the government to tax you to stop the weather monster, okay? Because it's not going to happen. I'm not going to prepare for for climate or weather, because guess what? I'm smart enough to realize that man does not have control of that, okay? I'm not going to force you to change the way that you speak in your language, because that's a violation of the First Amendment. I'm never going to ask you to minimize your ability to protect yourself and your family because people don't like bang, bang, gun, gun, okay? Like, bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bang, bang. I'm not going to do those things to you, okay? I'm going to treat you as a human being, and I'm going to treat you as a human being based on what you do, not the way you look. And I'm, even though the left likes to do that right now, they treat whitey as the worst person on the planet. Because the worst thing you can be in America right now is a Christian, white, cisgender male. You're 4 for 4 on that one. I'm not going to discriminate against you because of that.
Thank you, man, because I feel terrible.
So at the end of the day, I get it. I mean, I get it. You can perpetrate the idea that the left is super caring about people while they keep them in poverty and keep them dependent on a welfare state that pays them pennies every single day. You can pretend that you're for the people in unions when you steal half of their paycheck just to keep an organization together, which is kind of a Ponzi scheme. Not kind of, it is a Ponzi scheme. If you're into that, that's cool. If you want to dump your money into politicians that will never actually create things that can stop weather, that's completely up to you, but just don't steal my tax money to do it, okay? You can hate guns all you want to, that's fine. And when the time comes and you need it and you're in a bad position and you look for people with guns, the liberal logic is on you at that point. That's not my problem, okay? But as for me and my family, we're going to do what we've got to do. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to get at is I think that at the end of the day, you're totally, if you're into Pete Buttigieg, sweet, okay? You see that Tucker Carlson was making the joke that he's a CIA plant, that he's like the perfect CIA plant, you know what I mean?
Why is that?
He speaks Norwegian, he's a concert pianist, he came out of nowhere, had military experience, and he's like the mayor of this obscure tiny little town in Indiana and all that good stuff like that. But if you're into that, sweet dude. I'm not gonna judge you. Just base things on what's going on in South Bend. Go Notre Dame. If you're into Elizabeth Warren, who has no clue what she is, and she just says that she's super. Oh yes. That Elizabeth Warren.
She's a good friend of the show.
She's our best friend. I hope she wants to get candidates and candidates. Right? If you're into that, that's your work now. With the audio.
No, they can.
Okay, they
should be able to hear both of us.
Sorry. But if you want to vote for that, and you want to have another $520 trillion? No, I figured it was. It was like 52. It was $52 trillion to enact her health care plan. You can vote for that all day long, but guess what? There's going to be a big surge of people that give you the middle finger and stop that from happening because we can't afford that already. Okay, if you're into Bernie Sanders and having more taxes to pay, have the government take control of healthcare, which will actually minimize our quality of healthcare, that's totally on you, but we're going to vote against it. If you're into Joe Biden, go back and look. Oh, yeah.
Dark Knight, 7734. Welcome to the Rube Empire. I need to fix that alert box.
Dude, I want the guy waving his hair in the hurricane.
Yeah.
Like a crazy American, like we need to, man. It's all good. We'll get it after the show.
Okay.
Dude, it's all good, bro.
No, I can do it right now.
Do it now. But yeah, like, I think that if you're into, Joe Biden, who is, the slow, whiter version of Obama, just remember the Obama years. I always ask people, remember the Obama years. Like, I get it. You want to remember the pageantry, and then we proved to the world that we weren't racist and voted for the black guy twice. But what were the policies that actually happened with Obama? How was that peace and prosperity? How was that working for us? How was that Obamacare that created a tax that you made things more expensive for you? How'd that work out for you? How did that the horrible GDP happen where nobody was hiring? I mean, how was that working for you? How is the apology tour of America working for you? How is all these things working? If you're into that, you're completely go vote for Joe. But there's going to be a lot of Americans that give you the middle finger and say, no, we're going to go with the orange guy because the orange guy actually follows through on his promises. The orange guy is the one that just made China spend $200 billion on a deal in the China deal. He's the only one that's given China the middle finger, kicked them in the balls, and then made them make us dinner, okay? Literally. That's what he just made them do, okay? The orange man is the guy who said that NAFTA was a terrible deal, destroyed it, and then recreated USMCA on the same week that they're trying to impeach him because orange man bad. Mm-hmm. Guess what? There is going to be a tsunami. There's going to be a tsunami of red in 2020, and I hope people are ready for it. And I'm very excited about it. Did I tell you that I'm helping out my buddy Josh Anderson in District 13? I have a buddy. Sorry, I didn't tell you about this? My buddy Josh Anderson is running in District 13 for the state legislature for Florida. So if you live in District 13, make sure you vote for him. If you're listening to this podcast and you're from there, vote for the man. He's running as a Republican. He's running against Linda Stewart, who is the current holder there and she wants to work on women's issues in Central Florida versus creating jobs. But, it is what it is. But, did I say women's out loud?
No, it's, first of all...
How dare you!
Bro?
Greta had something to say to you.
Gotcha.
How dare you?
How dare you?
But our boy Deep State just let us know of a truth.
What did Deep State say?
Trump is an elaborate illusion. He is in charge.
Thank you, Deep State. Deep State, I love you, brother. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's coming down to is you're more than welcome to have those terrible ideas. But what I would tell you is research the logical conclusion of those ideas. I'm sorry, socialism doesn't work, Bernie.
Okay.
Venezuela, go ahead.
Dark Knight.
What's Dark Knight got?
So I have an idea to propose. If too much democracy and leftism creates communism, and too much nationalism creates fascism, what is a good system in which a government can thrive without having all of the current problems?
The Constitution.
Yes.
Did I say that too early?
No. Oh. But I wanna address specifics in your question. Too much nationalism does not create fascism.
No.
All right? Fascism is okay, so
fascism is a cult of personality, man.
Well, fascism is communism can be a cult of personality.
Yes.
Yeah. But fascism is a left idea. See, in Europe, they don't understand freedom.
They don't have it.
They never had it.
It's not their
DNA. It was kings and queens their entire existence until the French Revolution, which went a very bad way, 180 degrees different than the American Revolution. Okay? In Europe, right and left are just different flavors of socialism. Communism is global socialism. Workers of the world unite. And fascism is national socialism. Workers of Germany unite. Workers of Italy unite. Okay? The Russians only fought against the Nazis because they wanted their movement, they wanted their socialist movement to be global.
Exactly, that's true.
You know? Other than that, they pretty much agreed on how government should run things.
The Germans were in the way. Stalin was just as bad.
Yeah, so. Worse.
Yeah.
Killed more people.
Yeah. But he said that's why he put it in quotes.
Oh, true. Okay, word. But let's take this to the larger audience. Mm-hmm. In America, right and left is
America.
The extent to which government controls our lives.
Yes.
You've got ranging from pure communist fascist tyranny,
Bernie Sanders,
all the way down to complete anarchy. There's no government whatsoever.
Rand Paul.
Or probably even worse than even
Ron
more.
Paul. Yeah. Ron Paul, his dad.
Well, a true anarchist wants no government. And everything is privatized.
That's
and
true.
All that, but yeah.
Then it's Blade Runner, but yeah, we don't want to do that. But.
So in reality, the Constitution, to me, if we're going to have a government, which I think I think it's inevitable. Some hierarchy will present itself.
Sure.
True anarchy is, to me, a pipe dream, like the socialist utopia.
Ron Paul, much worse than Rand Paul. So true. So true.
So yeah. True anarchy is a pipe dream. A hierarchy will emerge. Something will take over and try to exert its authority on the world at large. So what we need is some kind of document that limits the powers of whatever government, you know? Something like a constitution.
That states we the people.
Yeah, something like the Constitution that has a Bill of Rights.
Oh, yeah.
But, and as Barack Obama would call them, a Bill of Negative Liberties.
Yes. Yes.
Basically, it tells you what the government can't do to you, but it doesn't tell you what the government can do for you.
Which is nothing.
You know what the government can do for me? Stay out of my business. Oh, and that's what the Bill of Rights tells you that it has to do.
Stay away. Stay off my lawn. Because the Constitution, what it does is it flips the whole idea. It flips it. The power in the Constitution starts at home. And then it branches out to the neighborhood, and then the city, and then the county, and then the state, and then federal. The opposite is what government really wants to do, which is control everything from a federal level and control it all the way down to your home. But we, the people, the Constitution allows us to have some modicum of control when it comes to that. To this day, you can't come in and tell me how to raise my kids in my home. Now, they're going to try to stop that. Trust me, they're already starting that. California, banned, you have to be an approved homeschool or something like that or whatever. In Virginia, they're trying to stop you from being able to... you can't... What is it in Virginia? You can't come together with other people and train tactically or something like that with guns.
Yeah,
like
basically, you can't... indoor shooting ranges are illegal.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get special permission to have a shooting range, and 90% of your customer base has to be law enforcement or something like that, you know? And so, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's tyranny. And now what's worse is that they're these militia members,
mm-hmm.
It spawned all these militia groups
now,
which, God bless you.
They're making sanctuary counties too. That's the best part.
It's so beautiful. It's so awesome. And they're gonna do a protest. It's gonna be an open carry protest.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna be like, "F you."
We're gonna carry guns everywhere.
Northam, you can cram it with walnuts, ugly. And
is that blackface Northam or KKK mask Northam? I always forget.
We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know.
Is it the same Northam that said that you could kill a baby after it's born?
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the same guy.
And it's the same guy that wants to stop you from your Second Amendment right.
Yep.
Liberal logic! Sorry.
Well, he wants to put into effect the path to tyranny.
Yes.
And so they're planning this thing. It's on the 20th, I believe. And he has declared a state of emergency from the 17th through the 21st. And no guns will be allowed at the Capitol grounds.
Oh my gosh!
And it's we're all just going like, wonder how this is going to turn out.
Yeah,
that's tyranny.
100%.
Tyrant. This is basically George. Was it George the Sixth or whatever?
Yeah,
I can't remember what number.
Yeah,
but this is King George exerting his authority on the American people, on the plebs.
On the plebs, man. Yeah. So
you have a wonderful day too, brown boy.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Is like,
give us that follow.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're not looking up the Virginia situation, make sure you take a look at it, because obviously the media has you completely drowned in Meghan Markle impeachment. That's not going to go through. Well, impeachment went through, but it's not going to be upheld because Senate's going to blow that up. Orange Man bad because he killed a terrorist that killed Americans. What are the distractions they have you in right now? Yeah, they just have you in a lot of distractions right now, and unfortunately there's a lot of good things happening, but there's a lot of evil things that they're trying to cover, like the rights being eroded in Virginia, USMCA getting passed, and the China deal that got passed. So do some research on the world. I would look outside of CNN, because guess what? You might actually see some things going on in the positive way for the United States of America. But then again, Orange Man bad, right? Orange Man bad?
Yeah, well, 100%. Orange.
But yeah, man.
When you have TDS, yeah, that's all you can see.
Yeah, if you got Trump derangement syndrome, seriously, call a professional. We're going to leave our 800 number at the end of the show. You can give us a call if you need some help working through it. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. Go seek a professional. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, I mean, that's the thing. It's just, the theme of the show is women rule the world. But at the end of the day, like, we have to be conscious of a very simple idea. That is this: the world is a sinful place. The Constitution is designed to protect us from the sins of the world, okay? It's what it is. And if we let those things go unfettered, we think everything's racist. We think that, on Orange Man's bad for actually doing what a program is supposed to do. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Rube Empire. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that a lot, man. But yeah, dude. But yeah, that's America right now, man. That's the beautiful thing. But
that is America.
It is America, man.
What do you think about the impeachment now that the articles are in the Senate?
They're going to give it about 2 weeks, and then the vote's going to come down. And guess what? You need 2/3 of the Senate to vote for impeachment, which is never going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're gonna? You think they're just going to?
I don't think they're going to throw it out.
They're...
I hope they don't throw it out. I actually hope that they have a very long and lengthy expose of the BS that's going on. I hope that they put Joe Biden on the stand. I hope they put Hunter on the stand. I hope they put everybody involved on the stand that actually was involved with the 2 charges. Don't forget the 2 charges that Trump is accused of. One is obstruction of Congress, which, by the way, is not a crime. And the other one was abuse of power, which is not a crime. So at the end of the day, this is the first time someone's been impeached with 2 articles that actually are not crimes in the United States of America. So it'll be very interesting to see. I hope Cocaine Mitch roasts the Dems on this, which I fully trust in his ability to do so, because he's Cocaine Mitch. He's very good at that stuff. And I think Trump's going to look stronger at the end of the day, man. Trump's getting stronger. Plug to Mark Dice's shirt with the God eyes from Doom. Trump is getting stronger! Like, it's going to happen.
It's over 9,000.
Over 9,000! Sorry, this one, Scouter hand. But, yeah, man, I think more and more as the truth comes out, a lot of things are getting exposed. And I think that there's going to be a very visceral reaction to the stupidity, and that is why you are going to see Trump crush in 2020. You're going to see a Brexit happen. You're going to see 40% of African Americans flip to Trump on this election. You're going to see a very big red wave with House of Representatives, and you're going to see a fully locked and loaded House, a fully locked and loaded House of Representatives. You're going to see 4 years of conservative judges getting put in place that actually read the actual document as it's written. And you're going to see America getting great again. My only fear is 2024 when we put Slappykins, Rhino in name only up again, and we're going to have to deal with it, because it all is a cycle. The greatness of Reagan gets watered down immediately by George W. Bush, and then we get a
rapist, pedophile, psychopath like Bill Clinton right afterwards. It's how it always happens. So it's how history works, but it is what it is. What did Deep State say?
My impeachment will crush this illegitimate so-called president.
Deep State, you are my favorite guest.
I'm predicting a Trump victory, though.
I'm predicting a massive landslide victory. Like, I just really do. I've been calling, I think California does a flip. Because I think this is why I think California goes red. Not because there's going to be a massive surge of conservatives. I think that the conservatives are going to be energized to vote. I think the people of LA and San Francisco are not going to be energized because there's nobody to get excited about on the left. Who do you get excited about? Because really the only person that has any type of chance of beating Trump would be a Tulsi Gabbard. But unfortunately,
as far left and crazy as she is, she's not left enough.
They think she's a right D, even though she likes killing babies. But whatever. And she's all about was it Gaddafi? Not Gaddafi. Who's she best buddies with? The guy from Syria. She's besties with. But anyways, absolutely. But yeah,
it's not Gaddafi.
I don't know, man.
Or he was Libya.
I'm not sure.
Wasn't he?
Robbie Palmero, do I believe in Jesus? Absolutely, my friend. He's the way, the truth, the life. No one gets to the Father except for him. But, so it's going to be interesting to see.
See you later, Budley.
See you, Budley. It's going to be interesting to see what's going on, but I think it's going to be an awesome year. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty pumped up, and, yeah, man, I'm the treasurer for a house race in District 13.
Sweet.
So I feel like what's that guy's name? The guy from, he's like the heartthrob that all the chicks like. The guy from The Notebook. What's his name?
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
Who's the guy from The Notebook? Help us out. Help us out. Help us out.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Ryan Gosling.
There you
I'm
go.
like Ryan Gosling in the Ides of March. I'm doing like prep for debates and stuff like that now, so that's pretty cool. So I'm all jacked up. And I'm ready to rock, man. But that's why we get energized every single day here at Good Old Plausible Foolishness. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for hanging out on the boards with us. Thank you so much for following us on TikTok. Make sure that if you're on my Strong One TikTok, that you hop over to Plausible Foolishness. Make sure you follow my man, the Mad Scientist Matt, on Plausible Foolishness.
And all of you on TikTok, on both channels.
Both.
Come on over to twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness and follow us.
100%, man. 100%. Make sure you give us a follow there, because that's going to help us out, grow this channel, get things going. Thank you for sponsoring us on Patreon. We really appreciate that. Thank you for following us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere that you can follow us. Continue to follow us. And if you really like us, give us your money. It keeps the lights on. No, just kidding. But really, we do like your money. But make sure you donate to us there at Patreon. You can do it on TikTok. You can do wherever you want to, man, which is a lot of fun. But It's been a good night, bro.
Yeah, there's a donate button on Twitch. We're working to unlock the subscription button.
Yeah, we need the donate.
So button. Close.
What do we have to do?
So close.
Still.
I think it depends on how many viewers we had this session, but we need to get to 7 days of streaming in a 30-day period.
7 days of streaming in a 30-day. We can do that, bro.
Yeah, we can.
We can do that.
I think we need just one extra, like if we did it on Monday or something.
Bro, we can do it, man. Or you could just go solo, man. You can fly solo.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, I can do that.
Time for you to fly. That was a terrible song, so. Bro, appreciate you.
Yes.
It's been good. Thank you so much for following us, guys. We love you so much. Elizabeth Warren, can you take us out?
You sure can.